Thanks very much, Kenny. Yes, the Celtic players, the full squad back on the pitch, led out by Scott Brown, and they'll take their place behind that sort of makeshift podium just to get some pictures. Champions 2013-14. It'll be nice to have a win this afternoon, but over the course of the season, the league table has just shown and shows how dominant we've been, Tom.
Yeah, and it shows the consistency as well. A little bit flat performance today, but you tend to get that in kind of games like this where, you know, they're celebrating the title victory here today. They've done all the job, all the hard work was done up to the Thistle game on Wednesday there to get over the line, and this is just a case for celebrating for the boys. Another one, they did it on Wednesday night and they'll do it again today, so it's quite rightly taking the plaudits for the level of performance, level of consistency. I know we weren't at our best today, but we'll come away again getting a draw, still keeping the unbeaten record we have here at Celtic Park, so long may that continue between now and the end of the season.
We're just waiting for the full squad to come out. There'll be pictures then. Of course, we've got the manager who's going to speak to the crowds, and you'll be able to hear that on Celtic TV. Just a few words of thanks, I'm sure, for the support that the team's had home and away throughout this season. 3 in a row for Celtic for Neil Lennon. There's Chris Commons, the man who scored the goal this afternoon. A quite remarkable level of scoring this season. We're hoping that he'll hit 30 by the end of the season, and my money would be on that happening.
My only concern is, will he be one of the players, you know, obviously, you know, approaching one of the senior level kind of players, will he be one of the ones that will get the early shout of going to, you know, getting a wee holiday early? I know they should be back for the time when we do get presented with the Scottish Premiership League title and flag, and hopefully that'll be flying again. So we've got to make sure that some of these players will be okay.
But you can see Emilio Izaguirre does, you can tell he's a very, very proud Honduran, because he's always got that flag wrapped around him. He must take it everywhere. And a nice wee bit of hurdling as well over the board, I thought.
Especially after playing 90 minutes in a football match, shows you that the lad's quite fit. Maybe that was possibly a celebration. Effie Ambrose is going to continue a copy when he next scores again.
So Celtic, the team, receive the applause. Championes rings round Celtic Park. The Scottish Premiership title is where it belongs, as Fraser Foster comes into the picture, and I pity anybody whose back he's landed on, because he's a big guy.
It looks lucky enough, I think it was big Amigo Baldi who he jumped upon. Then the other lads who's half the size of him won't be able to sustain that kind of weight and that kind of level of him, but the boys now start their lap of honour.
So the Celtic players receive the acclaim. I think they're going to have a wee lap of honour, and Scott Brown, I'm sure, will be the man to lead them. And some of the
players are going to get which is usually the case in some of these situations, going to get their kids to come along and enjoying the celebrations, to make a wonderful occasion, certainly going to enjoying it.
And I suppose when you look at the likes of, you know, Stefan Johansson, Lee Griffiths have just joined the club already. Yeah. They're title winners. They could both win 2 championship medals this season, because Lee Griffiths has played enough games for Wolves if they were to win the League One title down in England.
Stefan Johansson
already
done it. Which as you say, hopefully it'll not be another quick fire occasion where they both have to go somewhere else. So yeah, it's certainly great for them that you know, that it's not something that you can never tire of, is winning championships. The boys have done it. This is the 3rd time for this set of players. Obviously Lee Griffiths is his 1st time, and hopefully he'll go on to win more, the same as Stefan Johansson, that you get the taste for this, and you go and see the same level of consistency that has got you over the line over the course of the whole season, and you know, quite rightly taking the plaudits for this. And there will be other occasions, obviously, once the trophy comes back to get presented to us in the official capacity, and you know, certainly there'll be a bigger crowd then for that one, but certainly it's quite rightly taking the plaudits for what has been a magnificent league campaign this season.
Well, Celtic fans acclaiming the team, and it's a lap of honour here. Of course, we'll have that again when we get the league trophy. We won't know until after the split fixtures are announced, but a great triumph today. We mentioned some of the players that have just arrived. It's important to win trophies, as you know, Tom, at Celtic, but then, you know, when you look at the young guys who have just become part of this squad, Liam Henderson the last few weeks, Owen O'Connell today, and again it just gives them an incentive more than anything else. This is where they want to belong.
Well, I think it's even more important that, you know, we do see young boys coming through, that you know, the system that is certainly working for us, and it has been the case. And you know, 2 examples today of Henderson and O'Connell coming through, looking you know, quite like we're better players today on the level of performance, and they certainly don't look out of place at this stage. You know, Liam Henderson has come in, scored his goal last week, and shown a level of maturity and ability that will see him getting far many more games in a Celtic strip. And on O'Connell, you know, if there's a slot available, you know, we've had a great centre defensive partnership, and Effie Ambrose and Virgil van Dijk this season have been so consistent, but we now know that we can call upon youngster O'Connell to come in and do the job when required. He certainly was somebody who I thought was one of our better players today and his level of performance, and we can be very proud of his home debut.
And there's a man there, Chris Commons, whose goals, his performances, his skill, his vision, his attitude has been absolutely instrumental in our success this season.
Yeah, without, I think certainly without Chris Commons' goals this season, the championship would have been a lot more difficult to win here. He's somebody who has stepped up to the plate. We knew we were losing a lot of goals in Gary Hooper last season when he went away. It took us a wee while to replace Gary Hooper and Lee Griffiths when he came in, but in the meantime, between that happening, the man who stepped up to the plate to provide the goals was Chris Commons. He's done it so consistently. It's a lot of varied goals, but also important goals that have got us victories and got us over the line in the championship. And you know, I think certainly he would be my favourite for the player of the year. We've been certainly plenty of contenders in the course of the season. And we mentioned Big Virgil, who got man of the match today, and Fraser Forster, who you cannot not mention him with the level of performances he's got and the records that he's set with the clean sheets. But over the course of the season, I think everybody's had to chip in. But more importantly, we look down there, our captain, I thought was going to get sensational and inspirational as well. And
I was going to ask actually, is there something special about obviously winning the league as a Celtic fan, but also as captain? What did that make it a bit special for you when you were the captain?
Oh yeah, because there seems to be that more responsibility on your shoulder. There's been the man out in the patch that links between the players and the management and trying to get the message across. And I think Scott Brown has certainly grown into that role. You know, they look a lot questioned, at the time and when Scott Brown actually got the captaincy, but I think now that everything's out its way, I thought last week was his best game in a Celtic strip in terms of the way he went about his job. And certainly he looks as though he's certainly grown in stature, taking that responsibility, getting behind the players, supporting them in every way, fully backing of the players, but also that, his level of performances, his drive in the middle of the park, and his attitude has certainly sparked off in a lot of players and helped us win a lot of games.
Now, you obviously were the captain of the team that stopped to 10 in '98. Are we going to be sitting here in the year 2021 celebrating 10 in a row?
Well, I can't see us not doing it. The level of performances that we have been put in this season, without serious competition, we certainly have the strongest budget, we certainly have the best players, and if Neil can stay around as well and keep these players focused, then we can only go on from strength to strength. I think the team is looking exceptionally well, and then the important thing is possibly having to try and keep a hold of the better players. We know the difficult situation that we are in the league that we are in. There's more attractive leagues out there, there's far more money to be earned by players out there, and that's something that we have to fight against. But once we make the Champions League and hopefully get into that competitively, we can attract some decent players to this football club, in the hope that we do go on and create more success, and as you say, go on hopefully to 10 and more if that. But obviously, you'll take the one game at a time, the one season at a time. We've won 3 this year. We certainly hopefully we'll go for 4 and 5 and 6, and hopefully the players will then go and continue and make their own piece of history.
Well, Neil Lennon has become only the 4th Celtic manager to make it 3 league titles in a row. Willie Maley did it twice. He won 6 in a row between 1904 and 1910. He won another 4 in a row between 1913 and 17. Of course, Jock Stein won that famous 9 in a row in the 60s and 70s. And then more recently, Gordon Strachan did it between 2005 and 2008, and now Neil Lennon becomes the 4th manager. And again, it just shows you how tough that is to do when so few managers have managed to achieve it, and we've achieved it so few times in our history.
Without any question, that is so difficult. The fluctuations, from season to season, not just game to game. On occasions, when you see a level of performances, and you know, Neil would quite like to go down in the record books for having won, you know, 3 championships in a row, and that's certainly, as you say, a fantastic achievement for, you know, a guy who certainly has got his claw and his heart here at Celtic Football Club, and you know, has a feeling of the fans for what it means to each and every single one of us, and I would love to see Neil be the one that goes on and breaks the 9 in a row record and going and getting it 10 as
that man likes a good song.
Oh, I think I can't hear him, but I know he'll be singing better than myself.
Well, it's been an afternoon of celebration, one apiece on the field, but the Celtic support had the chance to acclaim the champions for 3 in a row. You can join us again next Saturday when we play Dundee United at Tannadice, 12:45 kick-off. And briefly back to Kenny in the studio, but thanks for joining us on Celtic TV today.
Yes, Paul, fantastic scenes there as the players, of course, recognising the support they've had from the Celtic fans all this season. Of course, this is what it's all been about, picking up a 3rd consecutive Scottish League title. I think, as Paul was telling us there, it's not exactly the easiest thing to do, and Neil Lennon adds himself to a list of some of the club's most distinguished managers throughout a proud and long history. One quick email in here, of course, just before we close today's show, from Russ McGill, Minneapolis in USA. He says a quick happy birthday to Anne Cairns from Cleveland, who's currently enjoying a holiday in Vegas, and a perfect time to be out here as, of course, we are confirmed champions, and those fantastic scenes at Paradise today. A couple of quick tweets as well. One, of course, from the Beyond the Waves podcast. Always, guys, good to hear from you. One from Molly Coulter as well, just saying hail, hail to everyone at Celtic. And a couple of further shouts out from Michael, John and Liam as well, who we touched on earlier on. And of course, do join us on Monday. We will reveal the winner of our Celtic Selfie competition to win, of course, the championship flag here, and have one of these one of these celebration tops confirming the championship. Now, I'll be joined by Tom Boyd, so get in touch via the huddle at celticfc.com for any questions for him, or at Celtic TV. We'll see you then. Hail, hail.